1 month, one historic city. Welcome to Oxford, where history, academia, and charm collide. Grab a cup of coffee or tea, sit back, and enjoy this long, detailed journey through Oxford and the charming Cotswolds. We're spending a full month exploring Oxford and everything around, every site, every story. We rented this modest British duplex for an entire month so we could experience what it's like to live here, just like the locals. This is an average neighborhood, and we've fully embraced local life. We're using the public transport, walking to the stores, exploring the streets, and trying to truly experience everyday life in the city. From the outside, it looks small, but can you believe it? It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath home with a garage, narrow stairs, and really a great use of the space. We're soaking up the vibe by living daily life. We're shopping at the local grocery stores and cooking like the neighbors. And in the evenings, we're heading to the local pubs for a pint and a meal. And of course, having friendly chats with the locals. Riding down High Street, the historic buildings immediately catch our eye. With over 900 years of history, Oxford feels like a place where the past is alive. Every stone, spire, and window tells a story. It's impossible not to feel the weight of its legacy all around us. Golden leaves and peaceful waters, charming boats. Oxford's autumn is pure magic. Fall in England means one thing: keep your umbrella close. But when the rain starts, there's no better escape than Oxford's covered market. This 18th century treasure is a feast for the senses. The scent from the fresh bread, colorful displays of handmade crafts, and chatter of traders create an irresistible charm. We like exploring its windy lanes, discovering secret treats like Oxford sausage or a cup of tea. Each stall has a story, with some families running businesses here for generations. It's a cozy, timeless retreat where the rain only adds to the atmosphere. The covered market isn't just a shelter, it's an adventure. So this is the meadow of the Christ Church Cathedral. This is the Christ Church College, Cathedral, and it's still a working college. You can go in here, and this is where the famous Harry Potter dining room is. God, it's huge. I had no idea it was that big. Christ Church Cathedral is more than a landmark. It's an experience. The intricate ceiling above, it seems to defy gravity. Each detail a testament to craftsmanship lost to time. Walking here feels like stepping into another world, where every stone and shadow carries centuries of stories. This cathedral isn't just a place of worship. It's a masterpiece of human devotion and artistry, inspiring awe at every glance. Standing in the courtyard of Christ Church College, history surrounds us. The iconic Tom Tower, designed by Christopher Wren, watches over centuries of academia. To the right, Priory House adds its own story to this incredible setting. It's not just a college, it's a world where the tradition and brilliance meets in every corner. Yeah, see, they do live here. They do have dorms here.
Yeah.
I thought so. I mean, it looks like we're walking through a history book. I can't even imagine going to college here. It's just unbelievable. So different.
You had a whole bunch of presidents and senators and
Yeah.
through history, important people study here.
Yep. It's unreal. On Broad Street, Balliol College stands proudly, one of Oxford's oldest colleges, shaping minds since 1263. A short walk away, Trinity College greets us with serene gardens and historic buildings. Inside, the air feels thick with centuries of learning and tradition. These two colleges aren't just landmarks, they're the beating heart of Oxford's academic legacy. The Clarendon building on the right, once a printing house, now stands as a symbol of history. The Bodleian Library, Oxford's treasure trove, holds over 13 million books. Opened in 1602, it's a haven for scholars and a filming location for iconic movies like Harry Potter. Walking past the Radcliffe camera, Oxford's beauty unfolds. Ahead is a university church, its spire soaring above. Nearby is the All Souls College, one of Oxford's 39 colleges, stands in quiet splendor. Each corner here feels like stepping into another world, where academia and architecture come together to create something truly extraordinary.
And education in intoxication.
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 And education and intoxication.
This where Clinton did what?
Clinton came here and smoked pot, but then said he didn't inhale it.
Oh.
Well, I don't know what kind of beer it is. We have a lager and an IPA, and we're in the Turf Tavern, which is kind of hidden down this little alleyway, but it's sort of famous for a lot of, it's been here forever. And, well, Clinton, he came here when he actually studied in Oxford, and he actually drank beer here at this pub, and they say he smoked marijuana, but claimed he never inhaled.
Smoke here?
Yeah. The thing you do here in the UK is you go to pubs, have a beer, and that's what you do. And you order at the counter. While smoking illegal substances, of course, pot.
Maybe it was some kind of tobacco.
Tobacco, yeah, right. Walking through Oxford, surrounded by brilliant young minds and the energy of history, culture, and learning, we can't help but wish to go back to school. What an inspiring place to study. We are in the Sheldonian Theatre, and it's used for ceremonies. This theater is used for new students that come into the university, and it's a ceremony when they begin school here, and it's also used when they graduate. The Sheldonian Theatre is in all of the center of all of the colleges. You can see from west, south, east, and north, and it depicts all of the different universities, colleges throughout Oxford, and its location is quite meaningful. Back in the day, of course, Oxford was for theology, and if you take a look at the ceiling, you can see on the ceiling it depicts a religious story. Looks like we're in an attic. Gee, I wasn't expecting it to be like unfinished. That's neat. Wow. Where you go up? Okay, here's the information. The Sheldonian Theatre is the official assembly room of the University of Oxford. This is where the students are admitted to the university, become an official member of the university, and it's also where they will receive their degree at the graduation ceremony. It was constructed in 1664. Okay, well now we're looking east, and you can see in the distance the Harris Manchester College, the St. Catherine's College, the New College, the JR Hospital, and the towers of the 5 orders that you see right here next to us on our right. And then you can see the Magdalen College to our right. Looking north at that tower right in front of us, to the left a little bit, is the Radcliffe Camera. Looking west right in front of us is the Carfax Tower, Exeter College. There's the Newfield Tower in the distance, and the West Memorial Church in the distance. Yesterday during our walking tour, we went to the Balliol College, which is now right in front of us. The Western Library is right in front of us. Blackwell's Bookshop in Oxford is a dream for book lovers. Established in 1879, it's packed with endless shelves and over 5 miles of books to browse. Walking through feels like getting lost in a literary labyrinth. You can spend hours and still not see it all. It's no wonder this is a favorite among students, professors, and visitors alike. And if all that browsing makes you thirsty, don't worry, the famous White Horse Pub is right next door. Grab a book and a pint, and you've got the perfect experience. Now that's an Oxford day done right. It's called a lunar globe. Right across from Blackwell's Bookshop is the History of Science Museum. It's small, but packed with treasures, including Einstein's preserved blackboard, featuring his handwritten equations. Imagine those chalk marks came straight from his brilliant mind. It's worth a visit, even just to stand in awe of history's genius on display. Transitioning from the whirlwind of the cruise to Oxford's slower pace feels perfect. Exploring, discovering, and truly savoring every moment without rushing. That's a neat looking store, isn't it? This is the Museum of Oxford, small and tucked beside City Hall, but worth a quick look if you're nearby. This was a meeting in 1871 by the city of Oxford. They were concerned about canine madness, and they didn't want any dogs to be at large within city limits.
Nice floor.
They couldn't use the bones for cooking, so they just used it for a flooring. Holy cow. We're looking at this house, and it says J.R.R. Tolkien lived here from 1953 to 1968.
So we're walking the neighborhoods.
These houses really look different than what we've seen in other places, obviously, but they're nice big homes with nice cars.
Nice neighborhood.
Yeah, extremely nice neighborhood. The Christmas market in Oxford may be small, especially compared to the grand markets of Europe, but it has a small charm all its own. And yes, in our next video, we'll be heading to Europe to explore some of those magical markets, so stay tuned for that. For now, we're here in Oxford, enjoying this modest but cozy market on Broad Street, right in the heart of the city. The festive stalls offer plenty of tasty food, unique souvenirs, and that warm, feel-good holiday vibe. Being a college city, Oxford adds its own twist. You see it in the vibrant, youthful faces all around. It's a blend of tradition and modern energy, making it a truly special place to soak up the Christmas spirit.
No waking up before 4 o'clock, okay?
Yeah.
Everybody outside drinking, huh?
Welcome to Blenheim Palace. Blenheim Palace,
Oh,
Britain's greatest palace. So if we get hungry, we can eat something here. Oh. That beer. That beer. Isn't this cute? Oh, they got a complete market set up here, Zarko.
yeah.
Oh, how cute. A skating rink. Blenheim Palace at Christmas is pure magic. Vendor booths brimming with festive food and crafts guide you to the palace, glowing with enchanting lights. If you're in Oxford, this is the holiday highlight you can't miss. A perfect blend of seasonal joy and historic elegance. Walking into Blenheim Palace at Christmas feels like stepping into a holiday dream. The first sight, a giant clock ticking away, pulls us into the season's magic. Just beside it, a magnificent Christmas tree stands tall, sparkling with festive cheer. Every room, decked in exquisite decorations, tells a new story of Christmas joy. The palace's elegance, combined with the holiday spirit, creates an atmosphere of pure enchantment. It's not just a place to see, it's a world to experience. Blenheim's Christmas transformation is nothing short of magical, a perfect blend of history, beauty, and the warmth of the holiday season. Looks like my sister's house. She goes this far out. Some rooms feel straight out of a fairy tale, with shimmering lights, elaborate decorations, and magical touches everywhere. It's as if the walls whisper stories of wonder and enchantment. I can't help but feel like a character in a timeless Christmas story surrounded by pure holiday magic. They all match the different rooms. This room has pink and red. Everywhere I look, from the floor to the ceiling, it's Christmas perfection. The vibrant colors and intricate details are stunning, and the effort they've put into decorating is incredible. I feel completely surrounded by holiday magic, soaking in every moment of this dazzling, festive transformation. It's truly something unforgettable. It's hard to find words to describe the feeling of walking through the palace. Room after room, the beauty and magic takes our breath away. It's a journey that will stay with us long after we leave. Room after room, and each room is completely different theme with different decorations. Oh, that's neat. Got alligators swimming in this pond. The Christmas wishing tree invites us to hang a ribbon and make a wish. Of course, we made ours.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. Wow. Oh, Merry Christmas, everyone. The show doesn't stop inside. Walking the palace grounds, lit with vibrant displays, feels magical. The lights and decor create an unforgettable, enchanting experience everywhere we look. Winston Churchill, Britain's wartime leader, was born here at Blenheim Palace in 1874. His family history is deeply tied to this grand estate. The projections on the park's trees are breathtaking, vivid, colorful images turning nature into a living canvas. It's so unique, like nothing I've ever seen before, adding a surreal, magical element to already enchanting holiday setting. The bark on the tree adds texture to the pictures. Visiting the Blenheim Palace at Christmas surpassed every expectation we had. The show inside was breathtaking, and walking through the park with dazzling lights and magical displays, well, it was beyond anything we imagined. It's not just a visit, it's an unforgettable holiday adventure. The Christmas spirit is everywhere, joyful, magical, and so much more immersive than even the grandest Christmas markets. It feels like stepping into a storybook, with every moment more enchanting than the last. This experience redefines what Christmas celebrations can be. If you're in England around Christmas, don't miss this hidden gem. Most visitors are locals, but it's truly amazing and worth discovering for yourself. The Cotswolds offers a timeless escape with idyllic villages, scenic countryside, and historic charm. It's the perfect place to slow down, explore, and soak up the beauty of rural England. This is Great Two, a stunning village that feels like a fairy tale. It's so picturesque that even Rupert Murdoch couldn't resist buying the manor house here. And honestly, we see why. The Cotswolds are known for their grass-thatched roofs, preserving the charm of this region. These thick roofs, lasting 20 years, amaze me, especially in rainy England. It's hard to imagine, but they're undeniably beautiful. The Cotswolds, we're now in the Stow-on-the-Wold town, and we're going over to look at this church. This is an old gravesite, huh? Old cemetery. Look at these headstones. Tolkien's Doors of Durin were inspired by this very church door, a fascinating piece of history. Is this the market area?
The market area, but there's no market today.
Oh. This is England's oldest pub, and the timbers are carbon dated to the 10th century. That's old. Whoa. From 947 AD. That's old. Look at that T-bone. 28 pounds per kilogram.
What?
28 pounds per
That's
kilogram.
not bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, $12.95 per pound.
Yeah.
Looks like a nice steak.
That's a beautiful steak.
Gosh,
It's
yeah.
aged.
I know, 28 days. I can absolutely see why so many celebrities and wealthy people choose the Cotswolds for a second home or retirement. Walking through the charming village streets, peeking into cozy stores, I feel timeless appeal and peaceful escape this region offers. Lower Slaughter, and this is they won the most romantic village in 2017. Lower Slaughter is a storybook village nestled in the Cotswolds, where time seems to slow down. The tranquil River Eye winds through honey-colored stone cottages, crossing quaint footbridges. Its historic watermill adds a touch of nostalgia, and the peaceful charm of its surroundings makes us feel like we've stepped back in time, a hidden gem of serene beauty.
But, I mean, the mill that we see today is probably Victorian because you've got the red brick, so it's about 150 years old. But they've been milling the land for pushing on 1,000 years at least. And we found Roman coins here as well, so maybe the Romans built the first mill here. For maybe 2,000 years there's been a mill here.
Walking past the manor house and Lower Slaughter, we can't miss its elegant beauty. Now it's a hotel. Its charming stone facade and picturesque grounds perfectly capture the timeless appeal of this Cotswolds village. With its peaceful river, stone bridges, and quaint streets, Burton-on-the-Water lives up to its reputation as one of the most beautiful villages in the Cotswolds. The Cotswolds, known for sheep grazing, surprises us with deer on this estate, an indulgence for the wealthy landowner. St. John's Church in Burford is more than a landmark. It's a gateway to history. Walking through its ancient graveyard, I feel a quiet reverence for the generations who've come before. The church's medieval beauty, standing tall for centuries, inspires awe, while the gravestones whisper stories of lives long past, creating a serene, reflective atmosphere.
And you see there's no stained glass in the window, so it's quite bright inside.
Okay.
And the reason why there's no stained glass is during the Second World War, they never bombed the Cotswolds because it'd be a waste of energy bombing the countryside, but they bombed Birmingham, which I mentioned before is north of where we are. And on the way home to Germany, one of the bombers had a bomb left over and he randomly dropped it. He didn't care where it landed. And unfortunately it landed in Swinbrook and it blew out all the stained glass in the church.
In Swinbrook, we heard amazing stories from our guide, details in history we'd never heard before, truly captivating. Extremely old. It just, you see these old, like graveyards all around the church. The church in Swinbrook is so small that its crypts are sideways. Instead of burying people flat, they had to adjust for space, an unusual and fascinating solution. Extremely unique.
Some two sisters, Unity Mitford and Diana Mitford. And Unity Mitford was absolutely obsessed with Nazi Germany. And so much so that in like 1935, she persuaded her dad that she wanted to study German. And he sent her over to Munich to go and study German. And she was beautiful. She was tall, blonde, blue eyes, so like Hitler's perfect Aryan woman. And she found out where Hitler's favourite cafe was and she stalked Hitler. She used to sit in the cafe, she'd wait for him to come in. And one day when he came into the cafe, she manages to catch his attention. And they ended up having a relationship together.
Oh, you're kidding.
There's a really good documentary about her called Hitler's British Girl. So if you want to learn more, it's a good documentary to watch. And if you,
this going right here?
this is Unity here, yeah. If you watch the opening ceremony of the Berlin Olympics in 1936, Hitler does a speech at the opening ceremony and she stood on his left-hand side. So at that point, she's properly inside the inner circle of Nazi Germany. Then when the war started in 1939, she was so upset about the war because the man she loved, Hitler, was going to go to war with the country she loved, England, that she went to the park and she took a gun and she shot herself in the head. But you know, she doesn't die until 1948. So she survives the suicide attempt, but the bullet wedges in her brain and she lost all of her mental capacity. So she lost the ability to walk and talk. Her dad was a powerful man. His name was Lord Resdale, so he was in the House of Lords in London, very powerful man here in England. And he got her evacuated out of Germany to Switzerland, and then from Switzerland back home to England. And she lived out the last of her life here in the village of Swinbrook, which is where the main family home was.
Oh, that's how she ended up here, buried here.
And eventually it was the bullet that killed her in the end, so she did die from it, but 9 years after shooting herself.
Wow.
And when she first comes back to the village, though, she didn't stay at the family home. She stayed at the midwife's house in the village, because back in the day, when there was always somebody in the village who would deliver a baby.
Yeah.
And so people don't know why she stayed at the midwife's house. So some people believe she had a child, which may have been Hitler's
child. Oh my God.
So if Hitler has a baby, it probably grew up in the Cotswolds.
Yeah, undercover.
Yeah, and in the documentary, Hitler's British
Maybe
Girl,
that's why she killed herself.
Maybe.
Kill herself.
Maybe, yeah.
Because that would be a pretty
Yeah.
difficult
So this is all the
situation.
mostly.
So this isn't all of them here, actually. There's more of them. There's one over there. There's one in Chatsworth House and there's one in New York. And these are the children of Diana Mitford. But I reckon that she's a British spy. I don't think she commits suicide. I think Hitler has her assassinated at the start of the war.
That makes more sense.
Unity.
Unity, yeah. And then I think the bomb that lands in the village wasn't an accident. I think Hitler tried to kill her when she was back here.
Oh, yeah, because
probably
that makes more sense.
Yeah,
It's
that
like
makes-
random. The only village in the Cotswolds that got bombed was the one where his
just
girlfriend was
happens to be,
living.
yeah, exactly.
And maybe she did have a child.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe they wanted to keep that secret.
yeah.
Yeah, so maybe you let her leave Germany because she couldn't speak, but she actually learned to start talking again when she was back home in England. So maybe he learned that and then was like, okay, well, we need to stop that.
Yeah.
We need to bomb the village.
But
Yes.
then
that's
if
why
they
it got
tried
bombed.
to, you know, assassinate her,
Boy,
why did they fail?
what a story.
A shot in the head is
Yeah.
How?
pretty unlucky
Yeah.
not to kill someone if you shoot
Yeah,
them in the
yeah.
head.
Well, they obviously thought they had.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that makes more
Diana
sense
Ross
than a.
it does.
Mosley. Is anybody watching the Peaky Blinders series?
No.
I love Peaky Blinders, so good.
I never really got into it. Maybe
It's
I
quite
should-
violent, so you have to like violence. But
Yeah.
really, she's one of the characters in Peaky Blinders, because Peaky Blinders is based on a true story of gangsters
Oh.
during between the two world wars, and the gangsters that get involved in politics, basically. And so she married a guy called Oswald Mosley, and Oswald Mosley was the head of the fascist party here in England, and the best man at their wedding was Adolf Hitler, who was their best man. And so if Hitler had taken over England, Oswald Mosley was the man he was going to put in charge of England.
Oh, wow.
Diana married Oswald to become Diana Mosley.
Jeez, that's a good story there, too.
Yeah.
A lot going on here in this little graveyard.
That's a true story or fiction?
True story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's quite a story right here in this little graveyard. The story about Hitler and his British girlfriend is intriguing, but it does make you wonder how much of it is real history and how much is just a myth. Minster Lavelle Hall, with its crumbling ruins and haunting legends, is steeped in mystery. Built in the 15th century, it was a grand home belonging to Francis Lavelle, a devoted supporter of King Richard III. After Richard's defeat, Francis vanished, but the story didn't end there. Legend claims Lavelle returned to his mansion and hid locked in a secret chamber, relying on a servant to bring him food. But when his loyal servant died, Francis was left to a horrible fate and sealed away in his hiding place. Decades later, his skeleton was found in the hidden room, igniting tales of his restless spirit. Today, Minster Lavelle Hall is a shadow of his former self, but its atmosphere is captivating. Set beside a tranquil river, the ruins invite us to explore its eerie beauty and imagine the grandeur it once held. Some say the ghost of Francis Lavelle still roams the ruins, searching for peace. Whether you believe the legends or not, the hall's tragic history and stunning setting leave a lasting impression, making a site that feels alive with stories of the past. Bye for now, and we'll see you in our next destination.